if you have breath, you have life right now in this moment. And if you are alive right now in this moment, you have the opportunity for effortless exchange with the universe. That is what flow state is. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more today. I want to welcome you to a little teaching time. Come on in. We are going to be discussing flow state today, and I'm just going to take a moment while our community is joining us here. I'm going to create a little bit of sacred space. Hi, Melinda. Let me know if you can hear that, actually. I don't know if you can hear it through my earbuds, but Coach Nick says when I take this off and then I pop back in, my voice doesn't sync. I want my voice to stay sunk. How about that? Hi, Kathy. Good morning. Vanna is here. Let me know, ladies. Can you hear the gong? Do you hear it? My mic pick it up? I hope so. Julio is here. Just sharing a little sacred mist in the space today. There's frankincense and lavender and all kinds of special ingredients, special oils, several others in there, just to help create a very, very sacred classroom here. Welcome. We're going to talk about flow state. Once you get here, please say hello so I can say hello to you. Kinzel is in the house, so is Kim. Kathy says, I'm thinking about you, and look who shows up. I'm so glad that you are here, Miss Kathy. By the way, your hair rocks. I really enjoy you with the bright red hair. I'm going to take just a moment and share out. I'd like to invite you guys to do the same. Let's get a nice big group here. The more people in our planet who learn about flow state, not only individually are we going to expand, but this is for the good of the collective, people. So invite your collective into this sacred classroom. This is a space where I want you guys all to come in and hang out and learn a little bit today. Okay, I'm going to share my own news feed. Shout out to a couple of groups I like to frequent. Shout out to Mr. Todd Medina's group. Soology, that sometimes I feel like it's like banana. So, yeah, see it? I can't spell it. There we go. Bam. All right, guys, share out to your favorite groups. Share out to your timeline. We are going to be talking about something that benefits, like I said, the absolute collective today. I got to dong that bell again. I'll say it once more. This was my opening line. For those of you guys who missed my great opening line that I prepared for you, if you have breath, you have life. And if you have life, you have the opportunity for effortless exchange with the universe. That is what flow state is. It is when we move into a state of effortless exchange. And there's some good reasons why you want this. If you guys see me glancing down, I have my notes down here. Yes, I prepared notes for you, and yes, you're going to see me looking at them, okay? Because I've got so much important information that's coming through, so many downloads, so many insights, so many assimilation of different pieces of knowledge and synchronicity of pattern. I know that this is one of the reasons why insight comes through at the time that it does, because this community, our community, the Akashic Academy, we need this. Light workers need this information. This is to fuel the rise of the light workers. And this is only scratching the surface of what's going on in our community. But I want you guys to start scratching this surface, okay? So why do you want to be able to access a flow state? And I'm going to give you characteristics of the flow state, and I want you to allow yourself to have a couple moments as we go along. Oh yeah, I remember last week I hit flow state when I was doing such and such, okay? When you are in flow state, you find yourself completely engaged, completely focused, completely concentrated on the task at hand. That creates not a lot of time for worry or background noise when you are focused and concentrated in that way. You feel a sense of ecstasy. Who doesn't want to feel a sense of ecstasy, feeling like there is a magical quality, a synchronistic quality to your life that feels beyond the ordinary? I feel like deep within our souls, we are all craving this kind of magic. When you are in the flow state, you access that effortlessly. You also experience great inner clarity. I cannot tell you how many light workers I work with, a lot of work in that last sentence right there, that because so many new skills are coming online and they're already so powerful, and there haven't necessarily been opportunities to dive in and learn to hone these light skills. What happens is we're getting so much information, the clarity isn't coming as easily as we might like it. When you are in the flow state, and so important for light workers, like I said, because we have gifts and skills and knowledge downloading at record pace right now, and it can become confusing. Being in the flow state allows for clarity and understanding. It allows you to also take focused action and get immediate feedback from the universe. This is hugely important in monitoring our growth as when we're using our magical light worker skills, is it not? We need immediate feedback from the universe. And when you're in the flow state, you have the ability to see that, to experience that immediate feedback without judging yourself. Very important point. You cannot judge yourself as you go through this process. When you are in the flow state, you know that your goals are reachable and that you have the skills to attain them, to accomplish tasks successfully. There are some cool charts and graphs that I'm going to continue to post throughout this week before I tell you what's going on next week. Many of you guys already know, that show you how your energies move through tasks that are too easy. You get bored. Tasks that are too difficult, you get frustrated. You got to find that sweet spot. I'm trying to act out the last graph that I posted with my hands. I'm doing a very terrible job, so I'm just going to try to keep them still for you, okay? But this is a huge part of being in the flow state, is you find that right zone for yourself, and it's different for everybody. What I tell you about coming up next week, you are going to create your very own flow state. You're going to find what is right for you. But recognizing that if you are not doing tasks that are challenging enough, or you're doing tasks that are too challenging, you're not in a state where you're going to achieve flow. That's why you can get so frustrated with the growth or the lack of growth, or you got to be in the right zone. But when you are in that zone, you know that you can bring the house down. I love being in that zone. When you are in a state of flow, your sense of self begins to melt. Your cares, your worries, your concerns drift away. Your hard edges melt. This is a very, very powerful space to be in. When you are in flow state, you're completely focused on the present moment. Now, one of the first ideas that I shared was about when you're in the flow state, you're focused and you're concentrated. Yeah, there's an aspect of present moment but there's an engagement process. I want to really define those differences. There's an engagement process that happens of being focused and concentrated on the task at hand. But there's also an aspect of being so present moment that you disengage from linear time. So there's an engagement and a disengagement. Get it? An engagement with the activity and a disengagement from linear time, which is a really cool thing that when you begin to experience it, it up-levels your skills pretty dynamically. One of the things that hinders us as light workers is being stuck in a linear time-space continuum. And so when you engage in activities that are in the flow state, that are suspended outside of time, and you experience it like this, it's interesting what it does to the psyche. And we're going to talk more about the psyche and the psychological benefits of doing this as well. You also feel inwardly motivated when you're in the flow state. It is not difficult to find that motivation. I can tell you guys, I get up anywhere between 3 and 5. Sometimes I sleep a little later in the morning. I like to take a rest in the afternoon. I stay up late. I don't go to bed super duper early, maybe 10, 11. Although last night, I have to say, my body was so exhausted. I was lights out at 8:30. Lights out. My eyes were begging for me to close them, and I would fall instantly asleep, and the kids would say something and I would jump and I'd be so ticked. Not really ticked, but because I know that I don't want to upset and hurt their little sweet feelings. They just want to talk to mom. But man, I was so deeply asleep. I had that jolt when they woke me up. And then I realized as the evening continued to progress, during the late night hours from 12:30 to 4 when I got up this morning, I was receiving constant downloads A lot that has to do with the church Notre Dame burning yesterday. And there's a lot of energy released from that, you guys. So when you're in the flow state, especially if you're a light worker, and it's important to you to be able to determine, detect, understand with more clarity the energies that are moving through our planet in real time. I know I just talked about disengaging from time or real time, but recognizing what's coming in that we're dealing with in the present moment. The flow state absolutely helps you with that. I know that I had of course I know that I had it because I was there, had a really great, explosive, juicy meeting with my Akashic Records students today, where we got to dive in a little bit about that energy being released. My students, man, they got to stay in that flow state so that they can relax and access the knowledge that is coming in. Flow state is a very, very big deal. They say that you can be up to they. You want to know who they is? I think it's Google, to be honest with you. But they say that you can be up to 5 times more productive when you're in flow state. I want you guys to just pause for one moment and begin to think about what you could do with 5 times more free time. I mean, like literally start imagining, allow yourself to start carving out a new reality right now. Time and money are huge blocks to our freedom. So imagine that block gone right now. Imagine you have 5 times more time and motivation to do with it what you want to do. Start seeing your life for just a moment. Let me ding the bell for you. Ding it harder, Emily. You gotta hear it. That empty resonance is what you can fill up by being 5 times more productive. Next week, I'm going to begin teaching you guys how to access the flow state with the most easy, accessible tool that you all have. It is your breath. And by the end of the retreat next week, you are going to learn how to use your breath to calm yourself instantaneously. Change your state of being. You're going to learn how to release stress in your body in the moment that you begin taking it on, so you don't pile it up. You don't deal with it later. You'll die from this later. I promise. We're all dying from something. But you will develop physical dis-ease. You will manifest emotional dis-ease in your body if you continue to hold stress. So I want to teach you how to use your breath to instantly release that. And furthermore, I want to teach you how to use your breath to be a master creator, to create a template in the moment that you become triggered, that you take with you. Hopefully you're not coming triggered to class. I'll calm your ass down before we start breathing next week. But this is for the purpose of you to use in your life in those moments where you notice you're getting triggered, when someone else has become in control of your energy field, bringing you dimensionally down and dense. You have the opportunity to instantly manifest something different for yourself in those moments, and those are powerful growth moments. But we have to practice working out together, maintaining more of a flow state, so that that is accessible to us in the moments when we really need it. We're not quite done for today, okay? I'm going to right now put in the links, the comment, wait, let me back up, take 2. I'm going to put right now in the comment the link for the event page. This is the link. Hopefully it's going to pop right up there. I am going to hang up here in just a moment and go continue teaching a little bit more inside the event page. We're going to talk about the psychological benefits of moving into flow state. I have some awesome research that I want to share with you guys from Harvard, from Psychology Today. But first, for those of you who have to go, you have to come catch that later. I want to share with you what to expect next week. So inside the event page, that link that I just posted for you, that's where the daily synchronized breathing meditations will happen. This is not just synchronized breathing. There's going to be a teaching that goes along with it. We're going to spend roughly half an hour together. And then we are also going to, I said both things, right? We're going to teach, we're going to work, we're going to meditate, we're going to breathe. That happens every day, Monday through Thursday, inside of that post that I just made, that in the comments, the link to the event page. Okay, the weekly Monday through Thursday half-hour teachings and meditation breathings are happening inside the event page. We are having a culminating webinar that will be very, very powerful. This is an integration ceremony and teaching that will happen on Friday. This is, again, it's happening through a webinar. So you got to go to the event page and make sure that you sign up so that you can get access to that AnyMeeting webinar that's going to happen on Friday. Now, every day, Monday through Thursday, we're going to start at 4:30. We're going to go till about 5. On Friday, we're going to go for a full hour. But again, that's a webinar link. So you must sign up inside of our event page if you want to be able to access that webinar. Yes, there will be a replay. If you can't be there at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, that's okay. We will be sending you out a replay. And I just want to invite you guys now. I am going to hang up here. I'm going to go live in the event page. Again, please share this out. Please share this event with your friends. And we're going to talk about the psychological benefits. I'm going to share with you some research from Harvard and some research from psychology today that's going to get you damn excited. I'm already excited about this one. About what is to come next week. So I will see you guys over there in just a few minutes.